Hello and welcome back to episode 3 of the developer's commentary of Into a Nightmare. As always, Rock here. So last time we left off, we had successfully gotten the blue wool and found our way to the next pathway, the next in-between, between 2 and 3. And we've gone through, looted the rest of the castle, brought all our stuff here, and pretty much moved our forward base to here. Now, overall, our gear is pretty good. Lots of protection. Protection 3, Protection 3, Protection 3, Protection 2, but that should be okay. There is one thing I want to do. Now, I did last time. I turned those 2 diamonds into a diamond sword versus just using them to repair this. It's a little bit. I find it a little bit cheaty on that part. Because it's a little cheaty, but you know, it's there. So in general, since it's possible, then, you know, if a player wants to do it, I'm not going to say no or look down upon them. However, I'm going to play with the intent of what the sword was meant to be, or the diamonds in general were meant to be done with this sharpness 25 sword. It's turning it into a sharpness 5 diamond sword, which overall much more balanced than sharpness 25. Alright, so I think we're good to move on into the next area. So this is where iron is introduced to the map. As you kind of saw with the first couple areas, we introduced different elements. So the first area we just gave the player wooden tools, and a little bit of stone stuff. Into the second area, we introduced stone. So this area, we're introducing iron. Not to say that we haven't gotten stuff that was outside its area, but just the natural resources that the player could get. That's the introduction process of what I did with this map. It's somewhat similar to how I plan to do it with Fractured Realms. There's going to be 4 intersections, and it will be tiered loot and such. And actually, how much does it cost to? Okay, efficiency 3. There we go. So in Fractured Realms, we'll be doing a tiered loot / resource system, and so the player will have you know, as they progress through the map, they'll get better and better loot. Okay, so this is where we're gonna have to start being careful. The original sneaky stuff like that. The original the jam version of this area was actually super easy in comparison to this. There was no spawner threats within this cavern. This was added post jam. Try to get things lit up before I try to talk a little bit. So this little outpost right here was done post jam. It was for people who kind of died and lost all this stuff, and instead of having to run all the way back in order to get the resources that they need to, you know, mine this iron, I gave you all the resources you need. I've given you wood right here in order to make sticks. I give you cobble in these furnaces right here to make a cobble pick, and then you can take the iron to make the iron and the coal to make iron tools. So in general, this little station right here was intended to be given to the player as a, you know, just in case if the player messed up pretty hard. This is where, to segue into the next thought, this is where we're introducing the supercharged creepers. As you saw, there was a handful of creeper spawners up back there. The way I figured of increasing the difficulty of this area significantly was adding supercharged creepers and creeper spawners as a way to deter the player from being able to kind of just rushing through it. It's a kind of a big problem with this was a problem with this hallway. It's just like, you know, walk right through it without any threat. And so supercharged creepers aren't really one of those mobs that you just want to walk by or try to walk by because of how dangerous they are. Okay, So the intent is for the player to have to slowly progress through getting rid of any of the supercharged creeper spawners they find, or just spawners in general. That way, you know, it takes them a little bit to get through instead of just walking through and ignoring spawners. And silverfish are more of an annoyance than anything. They were just there like, let's annoy the player. Okay, so we have a chest right here. This is where we're going to be giving the player some really good loot for the last and final area of the map. I'm going to have to find all these spawners. I don't remember exactly where they are. Oh! No, no, no! Oh, I think that might have blown up the chest. Yeah, the stuff's on the ground. Okay. We're going to have to run in there and get that as soon as we can. Silverfish! I see you, sneaky snake. Okay, I think we got most, if not all of it. We'll have to check in a second. I've got wood, so what we're going to do is we're going to set up a little loot chest right here to deposit some of the good stuff that we have on us. Get rid of you. Get a workbench. Silverfish, okay. Throw down a chest. Come on. There we go. Make sure we deposit our stuff. Diamond sword. That was the diamond sword that was initially in the jam version of the map. That's the diamond sword that you found. Those were loose diamonds that we found in the castle were added actually post jam, and I'm not entirely sure why I added them, but I did. Okay, so Bow of Heavens is a power 3 knockback 1 punch 1 flame 1 bow, which we'll be using now. In the jam version of the map, that was actually a power. That was a power 5 bow, and it was just OP as crap. It was so damn strong, and I decided to significantly nerf it to kind of balance out this last area. You know, increase the difficulty, reduce the quality of some of the gear. So that was what I ended up doing. Okay, so it seems like up there is where we have our one of the supercharged creeper spawners. So let's get over here as quickly as we can, picking up any loose gear. There you are. Gotta watch out behind me. The flanks. You gotta watch the flanks in this area. It's super dangerous to kind of wander around without keeping too much of an eye on things. Okay. There are quite a few somewhat hidden supercharged creeper spawners around. What I tried to do was I tried to make them hidden but visible. So depending, if you look from the correct angle, you can see them, but they are for the most part hidden. So you just kind of got to look around for them, or get ambushed. One or the other. So in general, we're not going to worry too much about the iron. The iron is for the players who want it, or the players who have been miserably messing up and don't have a lot of loot, which is entirely possible. I kind of tried to provide enough loot so that the people can make mistakes and mess up and still be able to progress through the map relatively well. Boop. I see you over there, sneaky snake. Nope, I think there's a spawner over here. Maybe not. Okay. So I think we've, for the most part, secured this place, this entranceway a little bit. And I think we're good to read these signs. So, have you ever seen a tentacle monster with a staff and wizard's cap? Now you've seen everything. So there's a bit of a story to this area. The original intent for this area was for there be it was initially intended to be 2 floating islands, one with the monument and one with the wall, and then there'd be land bridges that connected the things. So if we come over here, let's go over to the monument first. I can show you that. And I think we're gonna run into stuff. So let's make sure we secure the stuff. So, sneaky rock, sneaky. Okay. Alright, so yeah, the initial intent was there was supposed to be an island over here and an island right here, and then there was land bridges that were between them. Oh, did I look at you? You bastard. So yeah, there were supposed to be land bridges that connected the two in some fashion or another. And so I had the islands, I had the land bridges, and then someone made the comment of that with the land bridges on this island that it looked like a tentacle monster. And I was like, a tentacle monster, huh? And I kind of ran with it. So I started adding these random tentacles right here. This one right here, and that one over there. Oh, I think that one over there. And then I got to this one right here, and I was like, wait a minute. Let's make this 10 times better. Let's make this a tentacle monster wizard. So I added, at first I created this tentacle, and I added the wooden staff, and I made the little staff head on it, and then I went through, and you can see it over here a lot better. It's hard to see from certain angles, but you can see right here, we've got a wizard's cap. So it's the blue cap with little white stars on it. So that is why it's a tentacle monster with a staff and wizard's cap. It was playing off of the tentacle monster that was mentioned in the stream while I was making the map, and then kind of just randomly thinking of a wizard tentacle monster, and so he got the staff and wizard's cap. So moving back over to this body bearer here, this is the victory, or the monumental victory monument for this map. I went with a very minimalistic approach for this map. I wanted something that was unique, but you could easily look at it and tell, like, okay, this is the monument. Now, apparently it's not as obvious as I assumed it would be. I guess that's one thing you have to kind of realize as a map maker, is that, you know, as obvious as something is, it's probably not going to be obvious enough for some people. I figured that with the blue, green, and red glass that was on this thing right here, that most players would be able to tell that it was where the wolves go. And for the most part, most people have figured that out, but there are a couple people that I've seen videos of questioning and like, is that the monument? Maybe? I don't know. But yes, this is the monument. And then over here we have the bonus monument, which is those pieces that we were gathering before. So the Sad Susan Stake, the Mushroom of Power, the Reinforced Shiv, and then the Tentacle Monster's Jewel, which we'll get to in a second. So initially, just kind of story time with Rock as he talks about the development of the map. Initially, in the Jam version, this bonus monument didn't exist. Though I did have the Susan with the stake. The other 3 pieces of this bonus monument were added post-Jam. The post-Jam release of this map. So the idea was I wanted some way to get the player to attack Susan, because, you know, I had seen the Jam version of the map. Some people would see the Susan and ignore it and then go on their merry way. I wanted some way to get the player to attack the Susan and die or take a lot of damage to it. So having it as a bonus objective was the easiest way to achieve this. So, you know, we have the Sad Susan Stake. People will be like, oh, I've got to go back and kill the Susan. So they'll go back, punch the Susan, or hit the Susan and die, or hopefully die. I think if you have strong enough gear like this, you'll mitigate a majority of the damage and you won't die. But in general, the intent of it is for the player to die. So maybe I could have done a better job by making the thorns level higher, maybe a level 100 thorns, which might have bypassed a lot of armor. But that's a little late now, so it doesn't matter. But yeah, the initial intent was for this bonus monument was to get the player to attack the Susan and hopefully die. But yeah, so we got this is the monumental victory monument, as well as the bonus monument. And then over here, as we saw, this is where we will be heading over to get the green wool. This has also been significantly increased in difficulty. Initially, in the jam version of this, it was just gas and blaze, which honestly, with the power 5 bow that we had in the chest, it wasn't that hard. We took this sharp 5 sword and we went to town with the bow, and we just kind of meandered our way through. We have added the supercharged creepers that we've been seeing in this cavern to up around here, and has dramatically increased the difficulty of this area, which overall was kind of a needed change. It was a bit too easy of an area. So let's see what we want to do. Let's grab a little bit more torches, and I think we'll be good to head in. We got wood. We'll grab some of this. Grab a bit of torches. Okay, torches, potions. I will grab a... I will not be using that 3-minute potion that we saw before, the 3-minute fire resist potion, just because it isn't really one that I would have found before. However, do I want the fire protection pants? Let's go with this. No, let's keep those there. I think that is all we need. Grab this. And a little bit more arrows. Okay, let's get going. So what we'll do is we'll end up popping a strength potion before we jump into the area, more or less. And we'll kind of try to battle our way through it as somewhat quickly as possible, in hopes that we don't have too much issues. Now this guy is going to start, he's spinning faster now, as you can see. That means he's going to spawn here in a second. The faster it spins, the closer it is to spawning. So we're just going to wait a second, let this guy spawn. Oh, he's about to pop any second. There we go. Okay, so let's see if I can... Oh, I saw that supercharged creeper. Oh. Nope. Let me pop you out of here before you make me have a bad day. Okay. There we go. Okay, so we've got the blazes right there. There. Oh, the pop here in a second. Let's get over here. Just break this real quick. Okay, perfect. Oh, that's a supercharged creeper spawner. Whew. Okay. So in general, it's going to be a lot of plopping around, trying to... Oh. That could have been a bad day. I think that was a silverfish spawner. Nope. 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 Ooh, no. You're... Ah! So with the strength potion and our sharpness 5 diamond sword, we should be pretty golden. Probably shouldn't have given out a diamond sword, but we'll do that anyways, I think. Okay, let's see if I can get over here. Nope. 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 Trying to take out as much as I can. The question is, where's that guy? He's down below us. Get up here. I hear him. I don't see him. There you are. There we go. Perfect. So there is quite a bit of threatening mobs in this area. Each of these pillars, each of these things has a 2 supercharged creepers and a gas spawner on it. So there's that thing. And then randomly around it, I think there's a couple more supercharged creepers and silverfish spawners and stuff. Oh, you guys, you just go away. Okay. Now we probably could get away without clearing off a lot of this. I think it would probably be in our best interest to clean it off, though. Okay. Ooh. Just come through. Break this spawners real quick. I need my preparation udder. Silverfish, stop. So that was kind of the purpose of the fire resist, like, preparation udders, is just to, you know, something short. Alright, back up. Something short that you can't just kind of run through the area and have an easy time. But something that will give you a chance to do so. Okay. So we're out of preparation udders now. We do have some back at our base up the way, but I'm going to see what I could do without it for now. We're doing pretty well. I think we've got most of the blaze spawners that are currently in the way out of the way. Let's get rid of this guy. This is going to be... Okay, well, he's going to be a pain in the butt to get to. Alright, let's see if I can... get rid of these guys. Get rid of this guy. If we can clear off as much as we can. Okay. Oh. Zombie. What a guy. Ow! Hey! Where the hell you guys keep coming from? Okay, let me move back over here. We've got a skelly coming around the flank. What a guy. Oh, I think I looked at him. Silverfish, Abbott! We've angered the horde, zombie horde. I can hear that Enderman fuming over there. I hear you, buddy. I'm just so mad. Okay. So we have one gas spawner left. I think we have an Enderman still. Yeah. So I think we have another Enderman angry at us. So we got one gas spawner. I think that's a supercharged creeper or a silverfish spawner. If we can get that one blaze, not one gas. Yeah, one gas and one blaze, I think. If we can get that, I think we'll be all set. Okay, perfect. Oh, don't get too close to the edge there, Rock. Okay, we have one gas left, which I think we should be pretty good. We could probably bypass it, or I can bridge over to it. Yeah, let's bridge over to it real quick. That will give us a drop-down platform for this box right here, and we'll be good. Perfect. And we can drop down right about... Right... Oh. Perfect. Green wall. Let's get out of here. And while we're up here... Actually, do I want to do it over here? I need to go up that staff piece. Let's just... do this while we're here. So the tentacle monster's droll is a piece of or is an item that you would find on top of the staff, which I guess only makes sense, right? The jewel, the staff, something like that. So you'll find the tentacle monster's droll over here on the staff, and that will do it for this map. Once we grab that, and then we just have to run the stuff over, which overall shouldn't be too much difficulty on it. But since you are searching for the jewel, it only makes sense to go over to the head of the staff. The head of the such a ghetto staff. Oh, hello. I didn't see you. Figured you guys would be up for a challenge. Who knew you guys were going to be ready for a party? Party! And the tentacle monster's jewel, which has been said that this jewel is the source of the tentacle monster's power. Dun, dun, dun. Alright, so with that, we have successfully gathered all of the necessary pieces for the monumental victory. Ah, on your eyes! You bastard. There we go. This guy almost messing up my day. Let's get out of here. Okay. And that we should have a fairly safe transit back to the base / monument. I will bring these two things with me back to our little forward base, and we'll grab and we'll put everything in the monument all in one fell swoop. One swiftness. Swifty swoof. Okay. Let's get back over to our little forward base real quick. And we will be happy and merry. Not in here? Okay, no. So as you can see, this iron isn't really needed. Neither is the majority of that coal or any of the coal or anything like that. But it's there, you know, for the player. You know, so I've seen plenty of players that, you know, they need every little help they get. So I tried to help them a bit. And by the way, that skittering noise you hear, I didn't really talk. No, I did talk about the fourth floor. Fourth floor doesn't exist. It was supposed to be a fourth. Did I talk about that? If I didn't, I don't remember. It's been a little bit since I recorded episode 3, but there's a 4th floor up there that was intended to be the 4th floor of this castle. But due to time constraints and such, I never ended up getting able to complete the 4th floor. So instead, I ended up just turning it into a, more or less turning it into a honeypot. Alright, for ship, Satsu's steak, mushroom power. Okay. So, now I think I got all the pieces of the monument. And I am loving my way over here. Okay. So now that we have them, let's get back over to the monument, drop them off, and be a good end done. So yeah, this is Into a Nightmare. It's not the biggest of maps. Of course, it's a mini map, but a majority of this map was made during the Strawberry Jam event, so it was very time constrained. It's not even a word, but we're gonna go with it. I was very limited on time, so given how little time I did make the map in, I think it's pretty good size. So we got Sad Susan Steak, Mushroom Power, you. And let's get these guys into the monument. Boop. Sad Susan Steak, Mushroom Power, Reinforced Shiv, and the Tentacle Monster's Jewel. So with that, we have successfully completed Into a Nightmare. So hopefully, for those of you who have played the map, you enjoyed it. I will ask of one thing of you guys. If you have played the map, feel free to do leave some feedback down below. Let me know what you liked about the map, what you didn't like about the map. You know, any suggestions you would have for the map. I'm always interested in hearing more, feedback from you guys, so that I could take that into consideration when developing future maps. So, if you like specific aspects of the maps, from Arachnopocalypse to Into a Nightmare, if you like them, I can, improve upon them, incorporate them into future maps. So the more feedback you guys give me about the maps that you play of mine, the better and better the future maps will be. But that is going to do it for today. So thanks for joining me in this little endeavor. So if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, or feedback, feel free to leave a comment in the comment section down below. As always, this is Rock, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye!